Eh, Oli atwogera ate mbuyogera. Microphone check. Wanatu waliwo akaziki akayimba. The sun is bright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to match day 2 of the Skyview Girls Schools Cricket Week tournament here in this beautiful city of Gulu. We have the clash between the champions of the Nile region and the champions of the Central region. It is Ndejje SS versus Jinja SS. I have the captain for Ndejje SS here close to me, the home captain, Ayo Daniela Alice. The captain for Jinja SS, Hope Sheila Mbeiza, and the match umpire, Nasuna Witini. We are here for the toss. Witten, please hand over the coin. Heads. Heads is the call. And heads is on top. Hope, please come through. Hope you have won the toss. What will you be doing first?
Batting.
Why are you choosing to bat first?
Well, my team is strong in batting, so I think we can come in, put on the score.
Which score are you looking out to put on?
150.
Did you make any changes in the team?
Not really.
Thank you so much, Hope, and all the best.
You're welcome.
Daniela, if you had won the toss, what were you going to do first and why?
We're going to bowl first because we know we can bowl well, and even if we batted first, we would still win, but still, yeah.
So what score are you looking at to limit this side of Jinja SS?
I think as long as not more than 100.
Any changes in your side?
No, not changes.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Okay, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from here in the center. Jinja SS has won the toss and elected to bat first. The sun is bright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to match day 2 of the Skyview Girls Schools Cricket Week tournament here in this beautiful city of Gulu. We have the clash between the champions of the Nile region and the champions of the Central region. It is Ndejje SS versus Jinja SS. I have the captain for Ndejje SS here close to me, the home captain, Ayo Daniela Alice. The captain for Jinja SS, Hope Sheila Mbeiza, and the match umpire, Nasuna Witini. We are here for the toss. Witten, please hand over the coin. Heads is the call. And heads is on top. Hope, please come through. Hope you have won the toss. What will you be doing first?
Batting.
Why are you choosing to bat first?
Well, my team is strong in batting, so I think we can come in, put on the score.
Which score are you looking out to put on?
150.
Did you make any changes in the team?
Not really.
Thank you so much, Hope, and all the best.
You're welcome.
Daniela, if you Ladies and gentlemen, from wherever watching in, allow me to greet you and welcome you to match day 2 of the Skyview Girls Schools Cricket Week tournament. A tournament happening here in Gulu City, and this is the Gulu High Ground, one of the 5 grounds that are being used in this tournament. This is a clash between 2 champions. Of course, Ndejje SS beating Gayas in the finals to win that trophy in the Central region, whereas Jinja SS managed to overcome Iganga SS to win the trophy in the Nile region. Down to the clash. The toss was conducted earlier on, and the captain for Jinja Senior Secondary School, Hope Sheila Mbeiza, winning that one and opting to have the bat first. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome you. My name is Ivan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms box, and I'm not alone. I have Jeff Mwesugwa here with me. Jeff Mwesugwa, morning and welcome.
Good morning, Ivan. Hope you had a wonderful night.
The night was wonderful. First ball of the over, Appeal Blessing Noelin will be bowling the first over there for Ndejje Secondary School from the side of the school. Very, very good with her off spins. She starts off with a dot ball, holds another floater, but that's worked away backwards of the square, a bit of a misjudgment, but in the end, Musimenta, sorry, that is Matua, trying to stop that one. Good game. Of course, girls cricket, everything here is about playing, and we're down to the action. Texashimi misses it, but no, it's the call. Some bit of midfield there from Matua, and in the end, Jinja SS manages to get that run. Yesterday, the match between Jinja SS and the match between Ndejje SS and Mount Renzo, which was in the afternoon, was washed out following a heavy rainpour. And it's the only abandoned fixture so far in the tournament. That is Apish, straight to the fielder, and Apio Blessing Noelin has the first wicket there for Ndejje Secondary School.
Yes, Ivan. Good stuff there from Apio. Not shy to ball it full. Nalukenge Leila departs without troubling the scorers. Caught and bowled by Apio Blessing off her first delivery. Ivan, I tell you, this is a crucial match for both teams. Ndejje having drawn with Mount Renzori, who they would fancy to have beaten. They would love to see their tournament off with 2 points. Same would apply for Jinja SS.
Of course, India SS, very favorite side in this tournament. Yesterday they were out of action. They didn't have any game. I think every team has a day where they don't play, and they are real contenders in this tournament. Having lost to Light SS in the semi-finals last year, one of the good matches. Not very good for them, losing the first wicket in the first over under the power play. Leila Naruke, very good player for the side. Very bad for the bad. Should be early struggles for them. Officials in this one, Joseph Choma Biaruhanga, currently standing at the biggest end umpire. Both of them, OBs. Biaru is an OB and Nasu is an HO. This time around, yes, the guilty of the mystery. Don't get any run. Good start there for Ndejje SS. And that will mark the end of the first over. Brilliant start there for Jinja SS. 1 for 1 after the first over is the score. It's action happening from other grounds. St. John's, SS Mukono, after getting a victory yesterday, they are taking on Guru High. Mount St. Henry's School, who also got a victory yesterday, are taking on Masindi SS. Another game between Odia and Good Heart. Yakasula is taking on St. James. We are into the second over of the game. And Mueva's calling the second over side.
Yes, Ivan, Paula, a decent bowler there. Seen her play in the league for Tornado. One to watch out for. Starts off with a dot ball.
The first not judging that one, they see. In the end, it runs away for 4 runs.
A good cut shot there. Width was on offer. And the batter obliged and cut it 2 points.
She says that's out. A catch by the wicketkeeper, Ariokot Esther. And Ndejje Estes have another one in the bag. Wickets are falling in every over. Yeah.
Ivan, I tell you, good bowling there from Paula, hitting the good length. And there was a nick. The appeals from the Ndejje SS team were half-hearted, though they didn't give up. And finally, the umpire gives the batter out. Jinja in all sorts of trouble. Score standing at 5-2. The new batter in is Tumweba Zeruth Mercy. Wide ball there by Paula, straight down the line. This point in the game, Jinja might feel hard done, having elected to bat first, expecting to score 150 in their allotted 20, but as it stands, 5-2. A lot of work to rebuild and get to their projected score.
But Jeff, you cannot rule out Jinja Estes at this point of the match. They have some aggressive. Labeza, the captain, that to come and smash Kabula Rashida.
Pure blessing continues from the school end. Good first over. Picked up a wicket and only conceding 1 run. Oh, the captain makes a change.
actually start from and it's wide. Different people are still for the nationals. That's what we did. Judging that one as it above the West. In France, for here is the
Ivan, I've noticed something about these young girls. Anytime they're given a license to kill, they tend to walk down. But my opinion is that's a wrong technique.
that
Try
is
as still as possible. Watch the ball and play your shots.
Study.
Walks down the ground and punches it to mid-off for a single. I think the captain would have done better there. Attack the ball and give the batter a run for their money. ID lines there from the bowler.
Another drive there. That quick single. Oh, that single mark at the end of the. This is what Elizabeth, they are on strike.
And pitch short and sprays down the wide. miscommunication there between the fielders. Chance for a second, but it's not taken. Wide is the call from the umpire. Yes, Ivan, she's a wicket taker for the team. Knows her role and really does it well. Full delivery, but the batter leaves that one. Yes, Ivan, very poor from the batter. Took off without even seeing that the ball was in the fielder's hands. A non-striker stayed put, and unfortunately, she has to walk back. This stage, Jinja will feel hard done, with the score standing at 12 for 3. Easy wickets there for Ndejje.
And the
Ivan, another bowling change there for Ndejje. Matua coming from the school end. Bowls it wide. Very dangerous bowler on a good day. Let's see if she can deliver the goods today. Foolish delivery there from Matua, and the batter puts the full face of the bat onto that one, and he traces away for 4. Ivan, you talked about Coach Mugarula. Indeed, he has done great work there in Jinja and Eastern region. Quality players have come through his system. No ball there, ball by the bowler. Yes, Ivan, the extras will be back to bite the Ndejje team. Already half of the runs scored being extras. Another one seems to be another no ball. No ball is the call. Saved at the boundary there. And they make a couple. Another free hit. And a chance for Acheng Elizabeth to go big. Another no ball called by umpire Yaruhanga Joseph. Confusion in the field. Well, Ivan, I tell you, these bowling changes are causing havoc. Bowlers are not getting time to get into their rhythm. Good save there at mid wicket by the fielder. And 2 runs are made off that ball. Some player there doing Yes, Ivan. Good shot there from the captain. Bowler offered her one down the leg and went down on one knee, swept it over fine leg for a 4. Good cricket all round from Jinja SS's captain. Midfield there and gives Jinja SS a chance to make many. 2 from 1. Ndejje SS fielders dejected there, dropping their shoulders. At this point, Jinja SS on top of the game.
Try to drive it, but still I feel blessed. Coming many and the changes are not so fruitful.
Yes, Ivan, I feel like the changes are not doing them any good. Short ball there. Good shot played between the two fielders. The boundary is saved. Ivan, I was still talking about the bowling changes. I think the captain should give bowlers time to find their rhythm rather than shuffle bowlers every over.
The good point you make there, Jeff.
Good line and length there by the bowler. Love to see the bowlers attack the stumps more. Challenge the batter, make them play.
Scoring, get back at the back. Do not put. Nasuna Alexandria there for Ndejje SS, trying to work on her lane and length there. Mbeza at the back of a nice 36 knock yesterday against Tiganga SS. She is trying to build back at the innings again for the side. Tries to go for that drive, but that's just it straight to Naluoga Sanyu Daniela, who is there at covers. That is it, Apish over the field at covers. Looks like it's running away, but the captain for Ndejje SS manages to save Hatim some vital runs. They will run quickly and get 3 runs. Good running between the wickets here for Jinja SS, making sure that they capitalize every time Ndejje SS fumbles. And yes, that will mark the end of the over. Mwebaza Kola will be coming back to ball for Ndejje Secondary School from the side of the church. There is chance of a run out there, but Naviseri Angel, good judgment. So just knew the side, throw it to, but the running there very quick between these two batters. Of course, the game comes down to the awareness. Every time your awareness levels are so high, you get a very big chance of winning the game. Bobas Apola bowling everything on the body. That is hit down to deep mid wicket. Mirembe Angel with a throw, but not a very powerful one. And Jinja SS manages to run very quickly and pick up that double. Shilambeza hits that one and just falls short of Matua, who does a bit of a misfield and gives Ginger SS chance to take that double. I think at this moment of the game, Ndejje SS is not bringing up their A game, making so many mistakes in the fielding, and they are giving away so many easy runs, where you see that maybe the Ginger SS could have taken a single. They are turning out to beat doubles. So one of the things that Coach Sharma needs to be doing is try and make sure that he talks to his fielders so that they can try and correct those simple mistakes. Lays it down, but plays it finer. That is going down to the fine leg area. And the 4 runs there. Matua and Alexandria not doing enough work to save that one. At this moment, runs are flowing for Ginger SS. I think it's getting out of hands for Ndejje SS because at the test, the captain Daniela Ayo said that they would need to limit Jinja SS to less than 100 runs, but the runs are coming quick and thick. Looks like they are getting close to the total in no time. That's that one. Nalabega Prize. Appeal Blessing manages to save that one. Good work there. And that will mark the end of the over. In the other games, St. John Secondary School Mukono is batting first against Tigulu High School. St. John is 52 for 2 after 9 overs. Mount St. Henry's Mukono is 36 for 2 after 6.5 overs against Masindi SS. Olila High School 101 for 2 after 12.2 overs. They are playing against Good Heart Secondary School. And Nyakasura is taking on St. James. Nyakasura School is 40 for 3 after 7 overs. There is another bowling change there for Ndejje Secondary School. Appeal Blessing Noelin comes back to replace Nasuna Alexandria from the side of the school, and she starts proceedings well there with a dot ball. Appeal Blessing Noelin hails from the Soroti Cricket Academy, joining Ndejje Secondary School last year. Goes down and tries to slog that one away, but doesn't make contact. Muted appeals there. Drives that one down the ground. Your Blessing chips in a dive to make sure that she stops that one. Good work there. As a bowler, you need to be your first fielder. End of the over there. Naluoga Sanyu Daniela, who bowled her first over from the side of the school, will be now coming in to bowl from the church end. Naluoga Sanyu Daniela currently in her Form 6 at Ndejje Secondary School. This should be her last nationals, having played for the badge and represented Ndejje Secondary School for all those years. She'll be coming to bowl to Acheng Elizabeth. Bowls a bit of a floater that is hit down the ground. Ayo Daniela at mid-off manages to stop that one. That is turning away from the batter. Good use of the surface there by Ayo Daniela. Sorry, that is Naluoga Daniela. Naluoga Sanyu Daniela. And Ayo Daniela namesakes in that team. Good work there. Another dot ball there. Very, very vital for Ndejje Secondary School. Try and make sure that they keep Jinja SS to scoring a total which is in reach. Giving it a lot of air there on that occasion again. She knows that if she bowls it quick, the batters will be looking at making sure that they just add a little bit of a bat onto it. That is it upish. And it is stopped well by Ayo Daniela. But Jinja SS manages to scamper quickly there for a single run. Good hit there from Hope Shilambeza down to deep mid wicket. They are running very quickly and they managed to pick up that double. Good work there from these two. And that will mark the end of the over. Another bowling change there for Ndejje Secondary School. Angel Nabisere comes to bowl from the school end. That is hit with power. There was a half chance of a catch, but not taken. Angel there, Mirembe manages to go down to the ground and saves Ndejje SS from conceding a boundary. Quick running between the wickets. And Jinja SS managed to pick up that double. Angels in the side, Navisere Angel, Mirembe Angel, two Danielas in the side. Naluoga, Sanyo Daniela, and Ayo Daniela. Synonymous things happening here at Gulu High Ground. SS currently at 65 for 3 after 10.3 overs. Doesn't get enough bounce from the surface. Achenge Elizabeth 24 of 30. Hope Shilambeza 18 of 19. Strike rate of 94 there for Hope. Tries to go for a floater, but balls it very, very full. It's locked away by Acheng down to deep square leg, and they'll only pick up a single run. Navisere needs to be looking at bowling it outside off stump, because we've seen that these two batters are very, very good square. Another floater there, and a no ball call there from the umpire. Ndejje Navisere looks to be struggling there with her lines. I think Elizabeth will be facing the free hit. Let's see if she can maximize there for Jinja Secondary School. Tries to hit it up, but not hit with a lot of power. No conviction in the shot, but they take that single. Half chance for a catch there. Mova Zepola not giving in her all. They're running very quickly for a double, and they manage to take that double. That will mark the end of the over. 71 for 3 is the score. Jinja SS after 11 overs. Optional Mbaiza, the captain there, saying that she will need to pump her side to 150 runs. Currently, they are doing well with 71 runs already on board. Current run rate at 6.4. Brave there from Mary Namiro, and off the mark right away. She has a lot of support from the dugout, Mary Namiro. I tell you something, Jeff, these two, Namiro Mary and Hope Shilambeza, are both in Form 6 at Jinja Secondary School. Pretty sure that maybe next year they will not be part of this tournament. Or if they are part, they may be part, but not as players. But good players to watch out for. Of course, Jinja SS not making it to the previous two finals, losing out in the semi-final. In 2023, they lost to Olida High School. That game was played at Father Hilda's ground in Soroti. That's why they lost to Late SS in a game which was played at Madera ground. So this year, with these two in the side, they will need to put up that experience and try and make sure that maybe they help Jinja SS to add on the tally of trophies. Of course, Jinja SS being the record champions in this tournament, the 8 trophies, they'll be looking for the 9th trophy. But the tournament having many contenders. Of course, Socrates Hearts will be looking for the first. Ndejje SS eyeing the first. Gayaza will be looking for the 5th. And the other guys who are also in the tournament will. And that will be a no ball as called there by the umpire. Free hit for Jinja Secondary School and a chance for them to maximize on this delivery.
What an opportunity for Namiro. Short ball, unable to get it away. Misfield there, but batters are happy with one.
Yeah, the shot was on. She was just looking at punching it down to the ground, but unfortunately, not punching it hard enough. That was driven very straight away by Namiro, and should have been a chance for her to try and capitalize and make sure that she gets many runs. Another wide, another extra there for Jinja Secondary School. Ndejje SS will have themselves to blame if they throw this one away.
Yes, Ivan. Ndejje having picked Jinja at 5 for 3. But now throwing the game away, conceding extras. About 30 already given in the game. Good bowling there. The coach of Jinja SS telling the batter to wait for the bad one and punish the bowler. Respects the good ball and punish the bad one. With an offer there and played through point for 2 runs. Chance for a run out, but the batter made her ground. Ndejje there with the beautiful white, blue, and black kit from Omtex. Ivan Omtex is the apparel and kit supplier for Uganda. Nice to see them doing business with the schools playing cricket in Uganda.
Actually, not the first jersey that Ndejje SS is getting from Omtex. They have another jersey which is navy blue, and it also has the Omtex logos. Gayaza has two navy blue red jerseys, including the limited edition that they are using in this tournament. And both these jerseys come from Omtex. Omtex, one of the places that have provided very, very good opportunity for our players here in Uganda. Remember last year, the Victoria Pearls and the Cricket Cranes both visited the I Can We Can Academy in Omtex. Good to see the partnership growing in the between the schools and the official kit supplier for Uganda Cricket Association. End of over number 13, 79 for 4 is the score, Jinja Secondary School.
At this stage, Captain Hope Sheila and Namiro should be looking at
School. But when she changed the ends, seeing her bowling so well there. End of over number 14, 83 for 4 is the score. Projected score dropping down as the current run rate has also dropped from 65.9. Projected score now 118. Shilambeza 25 of 35 in now, and Mary Namiro 3 of 4. Among the Ndejje SS fielders, 1 wicket each for Pure Blessing Noel, Mweba Zapola, and Naluoga Daniela. But the most economical among the bowlers are Pure Blessing Noel with an economy of 0.50. She so far given away only 1 run from her 2 overs, of which 1 was a maiden.
Impressive figures there, Ivan. I tell you what, the Ndejje bowlers have done well to recover in the last 3 overs. Let's see if they can keep it up. Good ball there to start off the over.
Of course, a bowling change there for Ndejje Secondary School, which brings in Mirembe Angel to bowl for the first time in the game. Known for her strong fielding capabilities, Mirembe Angel, not a fielder that you can easily rule out of the game. Should be the first time I'm seeing Mirembe Angel bowl. Yet I've followed this in the JSS side for so many years. But look at that action. Zoo. That is hit away down to deep of point. And Pure Blessing Noelin picks it up so nicely and keeps them to just 1 run. I love that action there by Mirembe Angel. It's a very long run up. Just come and throw your darts. Look at that one. There she comes. And zoo. But that pitch is outside the playing area and the umpire says free hit. Sorry, the umpire calls no ball and subsequently awards a free hit there. That nice action again. You need to be just looking at the stumps and you so hit with power. Navisere Angel putting her body down to the ground. She saves her team from conceding a boundary and she saves her team 2 vital runs. Good work there from Angel Navisere.
Yes, Ivan, good fielding there. Stopping a certain boundary that was hit hard by Hope Sheila. Saves her team 2 runs. Walks down the ground, punches it to long on for a single. This is good work from Hope Sheila and Beza, realizing that they need to keep scoring runs instead of being bogged down at the striker's end. You'd rather get a single and let Namiro face the music and also get an opportunity to score for the team. Tentative prod there. No run is a call from the non-striker. Good work there by the wicket keeper, cutting off the batters from making a quick single.
I'm really thinking of the catch and go. This time round, she just plays it over. Naloga Daniela covers. That will go to the deep. Good work there from Alice Daniela Ayo. And that will mark the end of the over. The over there from Mirembe Angel. Very fruitful. Brilliantly done.
Nasuna continuing from the church end.
In there, Nasuna Wittin, the female umpire, and Nasuna Alexandria. Nasuna is a royal name. The Nasunas are from royal families that is hit away to the deep mid-wicket area. Angel there with a good throw, but the throw not going the right end. If that was dropped to the bowler's end, maybe the story would be different there for Jinja Secondary School. But with two experienced batters at the crease, I don't think it should be a good sign if one of them goes out because of a run out.
Yes, Ivan, it was good work in the deep. Just that the fielder didn't realize that the opportunity for the run out was at the bowlers. But regardless, did well, tacked the ball, limiting them to 1 run. Tidy lanes there from Nasuna, not giving the batter too much width to free her arms. Nudges it down to backward point for nothing. Ndejje SS finding their groove at this point in the game. Jinja was running away with the game, but now runs are not coming for the batters.
Of course, some good overs. National Alexandria, her previous over that she bowled from that end went for only 4 runs. That is very, very full. Shilambeza not hitting it away, but that was nearly hitting her stumps.
Ivan, I tell you, full tosses are tricky. As a batter, most of the times, you're enticed into swinging hard. And Hopshila almost played onto her stumps off a full toss. Would really be a bad sight to see.
That creeps, and the umpire indicates a no ball. In this match, we've so far seen 11 no balls being bowled, 25 wides, a total of 25 extras. Very, very costly, because if you subtract them from the 91 runs that Jinja SS has at the moment, that is hit with power. Navisare Angel, known for her tidiness in the fielding, and that does not go away. Jinja SS have missed scoring from so many no balls. Not sure of the problem, not sure of what the problem is, but I think a no ball, a free hit, is something that you'll need to be looking at to capitalize on. Another one full to the blade of Hope Sheila. She tries to hit it, but just doesn't get enough bat onto it. A dot ball in the end. Very, very vital for Ndejje Secondary School.
Yes, Ivan. Hopshila struggling to get the full tosses away. I think she should have a change in approach for the full tosses. Instead of trying to play across the line, play them back straight to the bowler, over the bowler's head. Maybe then she'll get the desired result.
Yeah, of course, looking at the field, two fielders inside the circle in front of the batter, mid on and mid off, and also the bowler bowling pace. Every time you play it straight to the bowler, maybe when she is still in her fall through, you could easily capitalize and get some runs. Shilambeza just hits that one to point, and that will mark the end of the over. Not good over there from Nasuna Wittin. She's given away only 2 runs. Initially, we've seen the most expensive over coming from Wittin Nasuna, where she gave away 14 runs. But when she changed the bowling ends, she's come back so nicely. And after 16 overs, the score is 92 for 4. We're down to the last 4 overs of the game. Hopshila Mbeza, the captain for Jinja Secondary School, and Namiro Mary in there for the side. I tell you something, Jeff. Namiro Mary is the former captain for Jinja Secondary School, and Hopshila Mbeza took over from Namiro Mary. Your blessing knowing in the most economical among all the bowlers, so far ball 2 overs and going for only 1 run, will come back to ball. Starts with one hitting the pads, but the umpire says that was going down. Good bowling there from Mary, from Apio Blessing.
Ivan, I think it was a good tactic to keep 2 overs for Apio, as it's very hard for batters to struggle off to pick runs off her bowling. And at this point, I don't think Jinja will score more than 20 in the last 5 overs, 4 overs.
Yeah, indeed. Now we are into the death overs. We are into the bowlers. We are into the overs where the batters will be looking at hitting that ball so hard. So you need to have your prime bowlers bowling those overs, because at the moment, Jinja Aces has 6 wickets at hand. So if they can try and go for the big hits, and then people there, as that hits to the pads, the umpire takes his time, but in the end, he says pitched in line, impact in line, hitting stumps and out. Hopshira Mbeza given matching orders, and she departs after a good knock, 28 of 45.
Captain's knock there. Don't let the numbers lie to you. She came when Jinja were in dire state. Good partnership there she had with Elizabeth Acheng to rebuild the game, and perhaps this might take Jinja to victory. Good batting there from Hope Sheila Mbeza, playing the situation and digging her team out of trouble.
Yeah, Hopshira Mbeza being involved in 2 crucial partnerships. The 57 partnership between her and Acheng, where she scored 21 and Acheng contributed 28. Another vital partnership between Hopshira and Mary Namiro, where she scored 7 and Namiro also contributed 7. The departure of Hopshira Mbeza will bring Tikabula Rashida to the crease. Tikabula Rashida was part of the team that represented Uganda during the Under-19 World Cup qualifiers last year in Kigali. That month of September. Very known for her pace bowling, but Tikabula Rashida is one of those players that can hit the ball. She comes at a time where Jinja SS needs to try and capitalize and make sure that they get as many runs as they can. Starts with 1. Blocked very nicely. Rashida Tikabula, very experienced there.
Good bowling there from a pure blessing, ensuring that her side stays in the contest, conceding only 2 in that over and picking up a wicket.
Yeah, very good figures there from Apio Blessing. And after 17 overs, the score is 93 for 5. A very good plan there from the coach for Ndejje Secondary School. Bring Apio to bowl the 17th and make sure that you bring her to bowl the 19th, so that as these batters are trying to be more aggressive, she can keep the brakes on. Naloga Daniela has so far bowled 1 over, picked up a wicket, and conceded only 1 run. She comes back to bowl. That is dubbed into the gap backwards of the square. Matua out ball watching, and Jinja SS manages to scamper through for a single.
Well, Ivan, if you tell me this bowler has only been given 1 over so far in the game, I'd feel like it's an injustice.
Actually, Jeff, she has overballed the 2 overs. Her first over went for 4 runs and her second over went for 1 run. But I think she was keeping the 2 overs to bowl them at the death. But you look at her action there, very, very smooth. Naloga Sanyi Daniela, currently in her form 6. This is her last time, her last tournament where she's playing for Ndejje Secondary School. She'll be looking at giving it her all. Tell you something, most of the overs, most of the runs that she has conceded have been extras. This just tells you that if she was maintaining a steady lane and bowling it to the stumps, she could have even conceded fewer runs.
Yes, Ivan has a tendency of straying down the line and bowling towards the leg stump, and with a turn on offer, concedes numerous wides. If she could keep it just outside off, would be a good customer. Wide is a call from the umpire.
Naloga Daniela, one of the experienced players in the side. Not sure what the struggles are, but she needs to be trying and bowling it very, very nice and tidy. One of her teammates love calling her Chester. Chester, her nickname. Very jolly girl there, Naloga Sanyu. Jeff, I think it's a time of, at this time of the game, it's a time of see ball, hit ball. But when you look at the approach between Mary Namiro and Rashida Tikabula, they are playing in there with a dead bat. This is a time where you need to try and swing hard. We've seen teams winning by 1 and 2 runs. Yesterday, Rajasthan Royals lost by just 1 run. So you never know what could happen if you get a little more runs.
Ivan, the batters had you and they pick up a single. Inside edge, the fine leg collected by the fielder from square.
This time around, Namiro goes for that big hit. But down to deep mid wicket. Mirembe Angel doing the patrol there. And that will mark the end of the over. As soon as the over comes to an end, at a time where you thought Apio would be coming to bowl, the screams from the dugout are that give Paula the ball. See if they will make a bowling change. But it could be a good bowling change there, Jeff. Because now we are into the death overs. This is the penultimate over of the game. Score is 99 for 5 after 18 overs. And having Weber Paula ball, she's bowled 3 overs, considered 17 runs, and picked up a single wicket. An economy of 5.67, where he's so far given away 3 wides. Coach should be keeping up your blessing to bowl the last over. Baba Zapola there, left-handed bowler. Starts with the dot ball. Renamiro going for that big hit, but not getting it anywhere. There is something. Ndejje has been a bit disciplined in their bowling, with the exception of a few mistakes in there, here, and there. They've tried to keep it nice, steady, and silent.
Good points there you've made, Ivan. Besides the extras they've given, you won't find them bowling very many bad deliveries to be put away. An odd short ball, but keeping a good length and line to keep the Jinja SS batters in check.
Women grave there from Namiro, Mary, down to the long offside, and Ayo Daniela there in combination with a pure blessing managed run and stop that one from crossing the boundary. Maybe Jinja would have scored more, but their 100 runs have just come up now. Right now they have 103 runs for 5 in 18.3 overs. Jinja SS, if Ndejje SS manages to limit them to less than 120 runs, they will have done a very good job.
Yes, Ivan. From the toss, the captain said 120 wouldn't be safe. So Ndejje will fancy their chances if Jinja score anything below 120, which looks to be the
Hits it down to covers. They take off quickly, but eventually just a single run there. Last ball of the penultimate over, but good work there being done by Mwebaza. 106 runs on board. Tries to go for that drive down the ground to the long off. Ayo Daniela chips in that throw and makes sure that they only take a single off that one. That will mark the end of the 19th over. 7 runs coming off the penultimate, and we are into the last over of the game. Right guess, Apio Blessing Noelin will be bowling the last over. She so far bowled 3 overs in this game. Blessing Noelin Apio. And in her 3 overs, she's only gone for 2 runs. She's given away 2 wickets and she has an economy of 0.67. Should be looking at limiting Jinja SS from even crossing the 110 runs mark.
very impressive figures there from Apio Blessing, given the fact that she bowls in the power play, going at less than a run and over. Impressive work there by the bowler.
Apio to Namiro brings one quick, that is hit down to the ground. Straight to Mweva Zapola. At short covers, she manages to stop that one very nicely. Good start. Your blessing shows you clearly that she's not giving anything away. She has added another fielder on the offside because she knows Haddocks will be dropping on the offside. Look at that field setup. But Namiro Mary, known for her power, I believe if she goes hard, some of those fielders will be sent backwards. Goes down and slogs it away. I told you Namiro Mary has power, and she manages to send that one for a boundary. Good shot, but a bit loose from Apio Blessing.
Yes, Ivan, good shot there. Don't take away anything from the batter. Slogged it over mid wicket. Well, I feel like the fielder there is misplaced between deep square and deep mid, which is really a bad place to be. You won't find many going to her. Should rather stay there where the ball was hit than being between square and mid wicket.
The pitch trying to put some pressure to Namiro. She plays it. Oh, that just falls short of Navisere. And in the end, they will take up that single. The bowler looks to be hurt, as he's hit on the knee. But I feel Blessing Noelin. It is are known for being hard people. Kabula tries to cut that away, but doesn't get contact.
Good bowling from Appeal Blessing. Couple of variations, a quicker one, flighted deliveries. They managed to get 2 of that delivery.
Last ball of the innings there to be bowled by Appeal Blessing Noel, and that's what Namiro can do. She tries to go hard for it. Sorry, that was Rashidat Kabula, but she swings and just misses that. Good bowling there from Appeal Blessing Noel. In her last over, she's given away 7 runs, and the over comes to an end. That will mark the end of the first innings. 113 for 5 in 20 overs is where Jinja SS finish. And Ndejje SS will need 114 runs if they are to walk away as victors in this game.
Yes, Ivan, 113. A look at the scorecard. Namagoba Sheila, 5 of 6. Nalukenge Leila didn't trouble the scorers. Acheng Elizabeth, 26 of 36. Crucial partnership there with the captain, Hope Sheila. Tumwebaze Ruth Mary scored 1 of 10. Hope Sheila Mbeza, 28 of 45. Mary Namiro scoring 20 of 21. And Rashida adding 4 to 11, of 11. Ndejje SS bowlers very generous. 29 extras there in the game. 19 wides, 10 no balls, no buys or leg buys. And a look at the bowling scorecard. Pure blessing, very tidy. 9 runs in half 4 overs, picked up 2 wickets. Mwebaze Paula, 24, conceded in 4 overs. Naloga Daniela, 17 in 4 overs. Niagawa Matua conceded 11 in her single over. Ayo Daniela, 9 in her single over. Nasuna Alexander, 21 of 3. Good recovery there, having conceded 14 of her first over. Navisere Angel, 16 in 2 overs. And Mirembe Angel conceded 6 in 1 over. As we head into the innings break, Ndejje will require 114 to win this game. See you after the break.
114 from 120 for Ndejje Secondary School. It's the annual Girls Schools Cricket Week tournament happening here in Gulu. This match is between Jinja SS and Ndejje SS. And from wherever you're watching in, Jinja SS won the toss and elected to bat first, and they posted a total of 113 runs, 114 to win. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi, and I'm here with Jeff Musgwa Kasozi. Jeff, welcome back from the break.
Thank you, Ivan. Welcome back to our viewers as well. We are at the Skies View Girls Schools Cricket Week 2025. Would like to thank our sponsors, Skyview from Harris International, partnering with Uganda Cricket to ensure that the youth coming through the ranks enjoy such tournaments to gain invaluable experience in the sport of cricket. But from the game, Ndejje require 114 to bag their first win in the tournament, having had their game washed out yesterday. Another day, another opportunity presents itself.
The opening batters there for Ndejje Secondary School, it's a left-right combination. Angel Naviseri and Zapola Biriwawa with the first ball. Slots it straight to the stumps. And the first wicket there for Ndejje falls. Angel Naviseri playing with lazy arms. And she is bowled out. She will have to walk back. Good start there from Jinja SS. They managed to get the first wicket off the first ball there. Look at those loud celebrations there for Jinja SS as Angel Naviseri takes that long walk back. And early stroke was there for Ndejje SS.
Ivan, I want to tell you as a batter, especially a top order batter, you'd feel hard done to be out of the first ball of the innings and you sent back to the dugout to watch in misery. Regardless,
Yeah,
Jinja having a good start, almost similar to the start they had in their innings while batting. Ndejje picking up a wicket in the first over. Scorecard was 1-for-1 after 1 over. So perhaps that would be a consolation to the Ndejje team that they can also recover.
one angel is replaced by another angel. Navisere angel departs and the Mirembe angel comes in. Mirembe angel will be having a chance of capitalizing on that free hit. A no ball there from Miriam, and it will be a chance for Mirembe to capitalize. She makes a shimmy down the track, hits it hard, but doesn't get enough bat onto it. An overthrow there from Jinja SS, but the backup very, very superb. And in the end, just a single run. Ndejje gets first run there.
Yes, a batter off the mark after that free hit. Mariam giving the balls all the flight there is in the world. As a batter, you have to have a watchful eye with the way the wickets are playing. Wait for the ball to come and play your shots. Wide is the call from umpire Nasuna Whitney. Both sides guilty of giving extras. Already 2 given in this over. Quick single taken there. The shot played to mid-on. Another flighted delivery there. Tentative prod at it. Wide is the call from the umpire. Ivan, I tell you, those flighted deliveries are tricky. You don't know how much bounce or turn it will get off such a surface.
Good thinking there from Miriam. The only problem that Miriam is having is that she's not maintaining her lane. This time round, Ndejje SS capitalizes on that lapse in the field, and they managed to pick up that single. Mwebaza Pola will be facing that free hit. Mwebaza Pola, one of those players who have that technique. When you look at the way she drives, her ball is very, very nice. With the start there for Jinja SS giving away many in the first over, maybe it's a chance for Ndejje Secondary School to try and capitalize early. These two have tried to put some stability in there, try and make sure that you stabilize the innings. And now it will be Mwebaza to face that free hit. Mariam to Mwebaza. Hands with it, but the umpire says that is a wide. But the intent from Mwebaza Pola there, very, very clear. She's really sending a message that anything dropping down the leg, I will walk away with it.
Yes, Ivan, clear intentions there shown by Paula. Flighted delivery. Misses everything. Appeals for leg before, but it was a free hit. Good recovery there from the bowler. Let's see if she can continue in the same vein. Another flighted delivery. Pushed and caught at short cover. Ndejje in all sorts of trouble. 2 wickets already in the first over.
Yeah, good start there for Jinja Secondary School, picking up 2 wickets in the first over. They've given away 8 runs in that over, but they have managed to make sure that they pick up those 2 wickets and send some pressure to the batting lane.
Flighted delivery. Misses everything. Appeals for leg before, but it was a free hit. Good recovery there from the bowler. Let's see if she can continue in the same vein. Another flighted delivery. Push. Don't collapse easily. Give it a fight. And perhaps chase down the target.
Of course, Ariokot Esther in her form 6. We'll be looking at playing so well, because this is her final tournament. Shayla, the new bowler there for Jinja Secondary School, now bowling from the school end. Namagoba Shayla, 2 dots already in her over. Good start there. Looks like the parents were copying in naming. You see a Hope Sheila, a Namagoba Sheila, all in the same team. A Mirembe Angel, Nabisere Angel in the same team. Naloga Daniela, Ayo Daniela. Synonymous names happening here. Good start there from Sheila. 4 dot balls already. Remember Angel not getting enough power to push that away.
Yes, Ivan, good bowling there from Miriam Vidawa. Namagoba Sheila, sorry. Just bowling wicket to wicket. Asking all questions of the batter. And currently the batter has no answer. Blocking everything. But Ivan, personally, I've been underwhelmed by Ndejje's performances at the previous tournaments, some of which they've gone to as champions from the central region, but not making any final. Really is disappointing.
Hope the talk is not because you are not be from Ndejje Secondary School, but always the levels are different. So there are sometimes, like this year, I believe Ndejje should be one of the teams to put up that top performance. Because Ndejje SS come in this tournament as favorites. They really have it all. They have people who can play and get those runs. So you just need to try and make sure that you capitalize on those simple things that you're doing right. Try and make sure that you get those victories. Maiden over from Namagoba Shila will leave the score at 8 for 2 after 2 overs. Jinja SS will take a bowling change there. That's there with the flight. Good work there. The new bowler who's come into the attack is Tumwebaze Ruth.
As Ivan, I've noticed from the warm-ups, like Jinja have decided to use spin, and it will be tricky, asking so many questions of the batter's skills, and so far Ndejje has no answers. Flighted deliveries, just there in the areas. Hit me if you can, otherwise I'll walk away with your wicket. Good stuff there from Jinja SS.
And your coach Esther gets a full toss there and hits it backwards of the square. A fumble in the deep. They are running quickly, and Ariokot Esther gets the first double for Ndejje SS. Ariokot Esther, very, very known for her aggressive approach and intent. And this time around, she manages to capitalize on that full toss and pick up a double for Ndejje Secondary School. Rosemary Tumwebaze there, throwing some darts in for Jinja SS. Ryoko turns with that one, but she doesn't make contact. A wide call from the umpire. Extras always make the difference, and extras are coming very, very quick there for Ndejje.
Ivan, I think she's complaining about the weight of the bat, asking for another bat. Given the intent she has, I think the dugout should listen and give her a bat she can swing with all her might. Flighted delivery there, just blocked. And that's the end of this third over.
After 3 overs, the score is 11 for 2. Good start there for Jinja SS. Namagoba Shila will continue to bowl from the school end. Balls her right away through her blocks. And Mirembe Angel throws away her wicket. Wickets are falling very, very quickly and in quick succession, one after another. And Ndejje SS is already 11 for 3.
Good bowling there. In the previous over, she just kept it there. Wicket line. And finally goes through her gates to pick up her first wicket. Ndejje in all sorts of trouble. Score is 11 for 3. And in walks Appeal Blessing. Appeal Blessing and Esther should look at
The new batter in for Ndejje Secondary School is Kotini Namubiru, who will be going on with the batting. Kotini Namubiru and Ariokot Esther, both of them are in Form 6. So this is really their last tournament. They need to try and make sure that they shine on this stage. Namubiru Kotini and Ariokot Esther, try and make sure that you get for Ndejje SS the victory. Both of them are known for some good batting. So this is a time for them to try and make sure that they shine on this stage.
yes, Ivan, the two batters there with all to do, with the team in trouble, still require another 103 runs, but the score is 11 for 3. So they should consolidate and rebuild. keep the board ticking, but secure the wickets.
Yeah, one of the things that Ndejje SS needs to be doing at this time is try and make sure that they build a partnership. That one is to the pads, and the loud appeal there from Namagowa Shira, but the umpire says that is not out. If you look at the way Jinja SS is fielding, they are very, very electric, very, very loud, not giving anything away. Nambiru Cotton goes for a drive, but doesn't get enough onto it. Looks like Ndejje is already being pushed in the pumps. The annual Girls Schools Cricket League tournament sponsored by Skyview. Ale commitment on the front foot, but she in the end plays the shot on the back foot.
Good bowling there. Has not conceded any run so far. Off her 1.5 overs and picked up a wicket. Really applying good basics. Chance for a catch and it's taken. Namubiru Kotni fails to keep that down on the ground. Tentative prod at the ball and skies it to the fielder in the close.
I tell you, the way Ndejje SS is batting at the moment is nowhere different from how they batted last year when they scored 6 all out against against late SS, the defending champions. The wickets are falling in quick succession, but Namubiru caught in there. Ale commitment on the front foot, but she in the end plays the shot on the back foot.
Good bowling there. Has not conceded any run so far. Off her 1.5 overs and picked up a wicket. Really applying good basics. Chance for a catch and it's taken. Namubiru Kotni fails to keep that down.
Ale commitment.
Whereas Ruth Mary continues from the church end. Chance for a run out there, but the batters decide against taking the run. The Jinja SS fielders very alert and electric in the field. And Ndejje batters will have to be on top of their game and make the right calls to avoid any runouts. But very tidy bowling from the Jinja SS bowlers, just bowling in the Ariokot Esther there walking down and misses the ball and she's stumped. Good bowling from Jinja SS. Ndejje SS feeling the pressure, they're under the pump. You wouldn't want to look at the scorecard. Ivan, really, this takes me back to my point. Ndejje coming out of the region as champions, but playing as if they were given a wild card to be in the tournament. What could be the issue?
Yeah, but I think that is a very, very disappointing dismissal there for Ariokot Esther. Ariokot Esther, very, very experienced. Surely you did not need to go out of your ground. Keep in your ground and try and make sure that you middle the ball away. Of course, there is some pressure of getting runs, but very, very uncalled for shot there from Esther Ariokot. Wickets are falling very, very quickly. One girl from Soroti is replaced by another girl from Soroti. Blessing Noelin Apio is the new batter in, but Ndejje is already in the pumps. She works one backwards of the square and she gets off the mark right away. Ndejje has already lost 5 batters, so half of the side is back in the dugout. Another floater there, hit by Naloga. Sanyi Daniela mid-off, and she manages to run very quickly and get a single. Good running there, good application there from Naloga.
Yes, Ivan, good application. Time for Ndejje to rebuild, but rebuild while scoring runs. Meanwhile, in other games, St. John's Mukono scored 134 for 3 in their 20. In response, Gulu High is 5 for 1. Good shot there by Apio Blessing. Full delivery, which is lofted over the bowler's head, straight down to the screen for 4. Impressive stuff there. Good all-rounder Ndejje has in Apio Blessing.
Yeah, pure blessing. A good one for the future. Those floaters are dangerous balls. Naloga Daniela just running without even calling. But in the end, she's sent back by Pure Blessing. The dirty ball will mark the end of the over. Good stuff there from Jinja SS. Bowling their overs very quickly. And Ndejje SS is 17 for 5 after 5 overs. At this moment, they need 97 runs from 90 balls with 5 wickets at hand. But I'll love to tell you, Jeff, that when you look at the batting lineup of Ndejje SS, the rest of the people who are remaining outside, not a lot in them. Nalobega Praise, Ayo Daniela, Nasun Alexander, Niagaba Michelle Matua, Sheila Namagoba back for Ginger SS. Starts with one which is onto the edge of Naloga's bat. They'll run very quickly and they'll get that single to make the tally to 18.
Yes, Ivan. So these two batters have to try to play out the overs and see the team to the target. Otherwise, one more wicket and Jinja SS will be into the tail, and Ndejje's is a proper tail. Won't give you many runs. Really impressive bowling from Jinja SS and good fielding. A run out there from the bowler's end. It was pushed back to the bowler, but Naroga guilty again of taking off before seeing where the ball is hit. He survived in the previous over. This time round, bowler was alert and sharp, took off the bells before the batter could make her ground. Ivan Namagoba Sheila is one for the future. Good fielder, good bowler. Very excited to watch her bowl and field.
Yeah, Namagoba Sheila, of course, putting in the big efforts to try and make sure that she gives Ginger SS the second victory in this tournament. Very handy with the ball, and her fielding and game awareness very high. Naloga, Sanyu Daniela are making an early start and paying the price. The departure of Naloga Daniela will bring in another Daniela, Ayo Daniela Alice, the captain of Ndejje Secondary School. I was telling you, Jeff, it's not easy to find a captain coming from the ordinary level. Most of them come from the advanced level. The last two captains have been from A level, but Ayo Daniela given the chance to lead.
Well, Ivan, good work there. Give the youngster a chance to lead when you have some A-levels in the team. But looking at the composition of Ndejje SS, there will be a side to reckon with. Maybe in future, they'll be able to compete at national level, not just regional level, because they have so many students in senior 1, senior 2, and senior 3. Still have a couple of years to play cricket if they stay in the school.
One of the things that Ndejje S has always done is building that continuity. Credits go to Madam Louisa Navulwala, the teacher in charge of cricket. don't have so many science teachers in cricket, but that chemistry teacher there from Ndejje SS doing a lot of work to make sure that the game continues. Of course, teams coming under the stewardship, under the coaching of Chama Mokaya, that is driven very nicely. Quick running there. Ndejje SS trying to fight back. Finally, she was starting to concede some runs. She's been very, very handy. And the attack there from Mogawala and the plan working out for him. Go for the slow bowling options. That is short and driven very nicely by Apio down to mid off and a single to mark the end of the over.
Well, Ivan, quick thought here. What if Apio Blessing opens the innings for Ndejje? Because normally they find themselves in such situations 2 for 3, 4 for 3, and she's left to do the hard work. Why not promote her to ensure that you keep wickets early on and she'll keep scoring the runs? Skill is there, the talent is there. Doesn't throw away her wicket easily. Teams fight for it. So if I was a coach, I would promote her to the top of to open the innings, not just the top order, to open the innings and ensure that we don't lose any wickets up front.
Yeah, but your favorite team comes with a game plan. Maybe you never know if she opened the batting and maybe went out early, it could send even more pressure to the batting lineup to move as a Ruth Mary back then the attack for Jinja SS. So Jeff, I believe if you have your number, maybe as these other batters, the likes of Navisere, Mirembe Angel, if they are batting knowing that there is a Ryokot Esther and Apio Blessing out, maybe it gives them some bit of confidence. So sometimes coaches have different philosophies and techniques, but that could be my thought as well. I couldn't send Apio to open, maybe. She could be coming as my finisher. We've seen Apio coming and scoring quickly in no time. 2 dot balls there from Tumweba's Ruth Mary. Brilliant work there for her.
Different opinions there, Ivan. But I would stick to my thought as Ndejje is always in a familiar position. 3 quick wickets for few runs. Another batter out for running without seeing that the fielder had picked up the ball. What is going on in their heads? The captain, Ayo Daniela, takes off and is run out at the bowler's end. And the score stands at 21 for 7. Ndejje in all sorts of trouble.
Well, that is the second run out in the game. Two Danielas have both been run out. Nalo Gasani Daniela and Ayo Daniela. But Ayo Daniela, very, very guilty there. She made a loud yes call, but that was not a run as that ball was hit straight to the fielder. But in the end, these are girls. And always being a girl is about playing. The departure of Ayo Daniela will bring in Alexander Nasuna to come and do the batting for Ndejje Secondary School. She comes at a time when Ndejje SS is in all sorts of trouble, 21 for 7. Umwebaze bowls another floater, but that's hit in the gap. Not hit with a lot of power, but the fielder not very, very quick. She was quick. Maybe the story would be different. Natsuna Alexander keeping her head down and playing it down the ground. This should have been the time.
Chance for a catch there, but it's put down. Came quick to her. No time for the fielder to react. But regardless, Jinja is in a good position, having pegged Ndejje 22 for 7 in 7 overs. Surely the win is in their hands now.
Yeah, Jeff, talking about wins, Uganda Secondary School has managed to bounce back to winning ways, having lost by 91 runs to Jinja SS yesterday. They have already completed the win against Nyakasura School. Of course, Uganda SS posted 140 for 4, with Akulu Mariam scoring 32, Lauren Faith 35, Kawamera Anna 34. And in response, Ndejje SS managed it 77 all out in 17.1 overs. There is a bowling. Sorry. Sheila will continue to bowl. Ndejje is 22 for 7 after 7.1 overs. That is hit down the ground. Straight to the field that covers. Good bowling there from Sheila. She doesn't do a lot. All she tries is throwing that straight to the stumps. But Sheila has been very economical among all the bowlers. Tries to hit and go. National Alexandria also the call not very, very good. I tell you something, Jeff. A run out may be coming soon.
Yes, Ivan. Running between wickets and the calling by Ndejje has been terrible. It's a long tournament. You have enough time to work on that. Quick session of how to call would do them a lot of good, because what we've witnessed in this inning has been terrible. Batters running without making calls, availing the opposition opportunities for runouts. Big hit there by Alexander. Chance for a catch, not taken. Does it trace down to the boundary? It does. Oh, good save by Hope Shilambeza. Chance for a run out. Bowler fails to collect, and they complete 2. Good shot there played by Alexander Nasuna.
Good work there. Ndejje SS fighting this moment of the game. Comfortably signaling there with 11 of 16. National Alexander 9 of 2. And 800 runs from 72 balls is the equation. The difference between the number of balls and the needed runs becoming big drastically. But what a brilliant bowling there from Namagoba Shila. She's bowled 4 overs and conceded only 7 runs, picking up 2 wickets and completing with an economy of 1.75. Outstanding figures that you cannot buy anywhere there from Namagoba Shila. Whoever's Ruth Mary will be coming to bowl her last over. Starts it with the dot ball. Good work there from Tumwebazi.
Ivan, you called it, and it happened. Another batter from Ndejje guilty of running headlessly. A pure blessing this time round, the guilty party. Clearly, she hit the ball to the fielder. Just took off. And the fielder makes a direct hit. Jinja SS elated, as you can see in the celebrations. Looking at the Ndejje dugout, very somber mood. Ndejje with a lot of work to do in the remaining games if they are to make it to the knockout round of this particular tournament. Having had the game washed out yesterday and facing the gallows of defeat here.
Yeah, Ayo appeal blessing Nolan running herself out. Very, very uncalled for call there from her. And 25 for 8 is where she leaves the score after 8.2 overs. Nalu Vega Praise will be the new bowler, sorry, the new batter in for Ndejje Secondary School. Wickets are falling quickly here at Jinja, here at Gulu High School ground. Of course, it's Jinja SS versus Ndejje SS. It's the Girls Schools Cricket Week tournament happening here in Gulu City. It's happening here for the first time. Over the Rosemary, bowling her last over. It will be National Alexandria. And you know, the Vega prays to try and put up a fight for Ndejje. Laser arms there from Nasuna. But a dot ball for Jinja SS in the end. Jinja SS not taking any chances. They have a fielder at deep mid wicket. Maybe it could have been a time for me to get all my fielders inside and try and put some pressure.
Yes, Ivan, at this point in the game, don't think that fielder down at deep square will be in play at any point in the game. Wide is the call from the umpire. Like you mentioned, Ivan, Ndejje's tail rarely adds anything to the total. So Jinja SS will be looking at wrapping up this as quickly as possible. They have a rest as they have a game in the afternoon. Cheers there from the Ndejje SS dugout as Nasun Alexander gets off the mark. Could be her first runs in the year because that was a loud cheer for a single.
Oh, of course, the run comes at a time when runs are not coming for very, very easy there for Ndejje SS. But by the time a team celebrates singles and wides, that already gives that it's all over for them. But nevertheless, these batters will be looking at maybe playing their game. There is a chance of another run out there. And the run out is completed. Nalvega Prize hitting that one, but just standing and watching it go. In the end, she will pay for the price. And the last batter for Ndejje Secondary School, Niagawa Michelle Matua, will now walk on to bat for the side. I think it's now all over for Ndejje SS. Wickets have been falling in quick succession. They didn't get any partnership going, throwing everything away. And Jinja SS, very, very happy to pick up this victory. The scorecard for Ndejje Secondary School all looking like telephone contacts. Wickets have been falling one after the other. Batters have been coming and going. Only Apio managing to get to double figures with 11 of 17. 6 extras gifted away, and the current score is 25 for 9. Jinja SS will just need one wicket here to try and make sure that they wrap up the innings. The batters taking their time to organize their gears. But Coach Shama Mukaya will need to sit and work on the calls of his team. The communication has not been so good. They've so far given away 3 run-outs. And the coaches keep telling us that every time you run out, it means you've given away your wicket. But Nigaba Michelle Matua will be the last batter to come on for Ndejje Secondary School. Not really. Ndejje not really putting up any fight whatsoever during this chase.
Indeed, Ivan, no fight at all. Looking at the way they've thrown away the wickets, easy run outs. Another chance for a run out, but the run is completed. I can't understand why the Ndejje batters are always taking off the moment the ball gets off the bat. Perhaps they play a lot of hit and run cricket back at school. But this is different. You run where there is no run, and surely you'll be run out. After 9 overs, score is 28 for 9.
Oh, a bit lazy there, Alexandra Michelle. Bilivawa Mariam coming back to bowl for Jinja Secondary School. She bowled the first over of the game where she costed only 8 runs. But Namagoba, Sheila, and Tumweba's Ruth Mary bowling all their 4 allotted overs have been very vital there for the side. Jinja SS will need to get the last wicket here to try and make sure that they wrap up the innings. A bit of a floater there down to the pads. But yeah, that is going down 28 off 9 with 86. 28 for 9 after 9.2 with 86 runs needed from 64 balls is the equation for Ndejje Secondary School. You would say that it's all done for them. Alexander hitting it down to the ground, but not putting in a lot of power. Michelle and Alexander, both are bowlers on the side. You would say that maybe they have been let down by the top order, as they did not find anything to work around with. Another plotter going down. Alexander nearly took off, and that could have maybe resulted into another run out. Kochimugala's tactic of bringing the slow bowlers working out for him, they have been so beautiful, and they are trying to make sure they put up the fight. That is to the pads, but the umpire says it's going down the leg.
Ivan, Ndejje here suffering a slow death. Only a matter of time before the last wicket falls. But it would be a good experience for these two batters to play as many overs as possible. Chance for a catch, put down, chance for a run out, not taken. As I was saying, it's good for the bowlers to get batting time. Still have another 10 overs. You can block as many as you can. Good feeling there, and would get your eye into the game, and perhaps next time could be in a similar situation and handle it better. A bowling change from the church end. This time round, fast bowler brought into the attack for Jinja SS.
Because right now, Jinja SS will be looking at closing the innings as quickly as they can. These two, Michelle Matua and Nasona Alexander, don't look like they will be throwing it away anytime when the slow bowlers are in the attack. A quick bowling option is brought in. And of course, you need to test all your bowlers because you never know what could happen in the afternoon match. Maybe you will need them. But You need to have given them a chance to try and make a retest to the surface. Ndejje Secondary School in all sorts of trouble. Lila High School currently have the highest team total in the tournament, 181 for 6 in 20 overs. Shelmatua tries to go for that drive, but just misses it. The new ball was coming for Jinja SS is Abo Morin. Igawa Michelle with 0 off 1, National Alexander with 2 off 12. Now the batters in for Ndejje Secondary School. Ndejje will need to sit and reflect on how everything has moved. I believe the fielding could have even helped them to limit Jinja SS to many runs if it had been Spab. Michelle goes for a drive. That is misfielded. There is a chance for a run out, but the throw not going to the right end. If that had gone to the bowler's end, maybe the story would be different from now.
Another one off the mark and loud cheers again from the Ndejje dugout. Good to see the bowlers score some runs. That one goes down leg for a wide. Abo Morin, a good height and smooth run up there. Love to see her attack the stumps more.
In the afternoon at this ground, we'll be having Nyakasura School taking on Late Secondary School. Yesterday we saw Nyakasura School. Yesterday we saw Late Secondary School making late work over Good Heart, beating them by 10 wickets. Should be an interesting encounter yet again here. Abo Maureen asking Alexander if she has a driving permit. Alexander could have put in some bit of energy, try and make sure that she gets some runs there for Ndejje Secondary School.
Ivan looking at other games. Guru High 38 for 3, chasing 135 to win. Masindi SS 35 for 3, chasing 83 to win. More runs there for Ndejje SS, misses everything, bat stumps, and the keeper also misses it. Ndejje add a couple to their total. In the other game, Olida High School scored 186 for 6, and in response, Good Heart are 6 for 6. Good Heart surely having a tournament to forget, but gaining experience. Nyakasura currently playing St. James. Nyakasura set 106, and in reply, St. James are 29 for no loss. All happening in the Girls Schools Cricket Week 2025 in the Northern's Hub, sponsored by Skyview, hosted here at the beautiful Gulu High School. Chance for a catch. Confusion everywhere. Fielder has a shy at the stumps, hits, but the batter has made her ground. Total comedy, Ivan. Chance for a catch. Fielder decided against taking the catch. Picked up the ball. There was a chance for a run out at either end, but the easiest would have been the keeper's end. The fielder had already decided to throw to the bowler's end. And the batters survived to see another day. And that was the over.
Yeah, the last wicket here for Ndejje Secondary School trying to put up a fight. But Ndejje Secondary School, Jinja SS, both of them coming from Group A. A tight one. The teams in Group A, Late SS, Ndejje SS, St. James SS, Mount Renzori, Iganga SS, Nyakasura, Jinja SS, and Masaka SS. And the other group, Group B, it has Olira, Masindi, Goodhart, St. John's, Mount St. Henry's, Dayaza, Sacred Heart, and Gulu High. There will be another bowling change there for Jinja Secondary School. Rashida Tikabula will be coming to bowl for Jinja SS from the school end. Rashida Tikabula bowled well in the semi-final. That match that they lost to Late Secondary School. As I was watching that match, I think Mukite Asha didn't bowl so well for the side, and that's how they gave it away. Late SS making it to the final and eventually edging Olida to win the trophy and come into this tournament as defending champions. Good start there from Tikabula Rashida, starting it off with a dot ball. But bowling to this lower order batsman, I don't think bowling outside off stump is a good plan. Just bowl it straight to the stumps and see if she can drive it. More movement there from Tikabula Rashida, second dot ball of the over.
Yes, Ivan. Bowling at the tail. The last batter. Surely you should be looking at bowling at the stumps and reserve your energy for the afternoon game. And it's getting hotter. Surely the longer they drag on, won't be doing them any good. That one is bowled wide by Tikabula Rashida.
Yes, Rashida Tikabula giving one away. She was part of the team that played in the World Cup qualifier last year, the Under-19 World Cup qualifier. But look at that, she's bowling wides. Now she's given out an extra. You would maybe say that a slow bowling option could have done wonders for Jinja Secondary School. Jinja Secondary School are record champions, having won this trophy 8 times. They are looking for the 9th time. Was for a drive, but misses it yet again.
Ivan, looking at tournaments like this, Girls Schools Cricket Week, good programs in the pathways to ensure that Uganda can have a good team to compete and feature at the Under-19 World Cup. So far, 2 attempts and no appearance. But our hopes are still high. We shall make it the next attempt. Full delivery, which misses everything.
I tell you, in both attempts, Uganda has lost in the semi-finals. In the Botswana semi-final, which was in 2022, Uganda lost to Rwanda. And actually, Rwanda under-19 went on to represent Africa during the under-19 World Cup qualifiers. Last year, Uganda was put on the sword by Zimbabwe under-19. But due to a washed-out final, Nigeria, who had a better net run rate, represented Africa. And the World Cup, the under-19 World Cup qualifier was played this year in Malaysia. I'd love to say that Nigeria, the junior female Greens, represented Africa so well, making it to the playoffs. Another dot ball there from Rashidat Kabula, and that will mark the end of the over.
With that, the score stands at 34-9 after 12 overs. If these two batters can play out the overs, it would be a good sign. More action coming in the Girls' Schools Cricket Week. In the afternoon, we shall have a clash of the Giants as Nyakasura School take on Light Secondary School at Gulu High School. St. John's will play Olida from St. Joseph's College, Laibi. Good Heart will take on Masindi. And Gayaza will play Olida at the other grounds. Wide is the call from the umpire. New bowler into the attack. Mukite Asha starts off with a wide from the church end. Jinja SS dragging this one. Fast bowlers have failed to pick the solitary wicket they require to win the game. Another wide bowled by Mukite. Appeals for a catch. Umpire says no. Another full delivery strays down to leg. Wide is the call from umpire Whitney Nasuna. Jinja SS just tiring themselves out. Last wicket stand has played 4 good overs. Full delivery and edge to third man. 2 runs for the batters. At this point, Ndejje SS cheering on every run made by the last wicket. Another full toss. This time round, there's a defensive shot. If these two batters can get Ndejje to 50, then they will feel like they'll have done some good work. having been at 20 something for 7 wickets. Still require 11 to reach that 50 mark.
Yeah, but of course, the wicket wagging at this moment for Ndejje Secondary School. The last batter there for Ndejje Secondary School, the last wicket partnership, trying to grab it. Extras have been the order of the day, and one has been given away yet. 16 extras already there from Jinja Secondary School. Even with a decent bowling side, you would still never know why they keep bowling those extras.
Yes, Ivan, extras being the order of the day. This will come back to haunt the two teams. Ndejje giving away 39 extras. 29, beg your pardon. Jinja 16 already in this doomed chase, and that's the over from Asha Mokite, conceding 6 of her first over. Another change from the school end. Nasuna Tahia comes into the attack. Another medium pace bowler for Jinja SS. Seems Jinja SS dugout has resigned to the fact that this last wicket has built a solid partnership, and they've given all their bowlers a chance to stretch their arms, maybe in preparation for the coming games. Appeals for LB, and finally the last wicket falls to Nasuna Tahia. Ndejje all out for 40 in 13.1 overs, defeat by 74 runs.
Yeah, of course, a disappointing end there for Ndejje Secondary School. They feel that maybe they did not do enough to try and make sure that they maybe limit Ndejje SS to scoring few runs. But in the end, Tahia there manages to close up the innings there for Jinja Secondary School. Think Jinja Secondary School make it 2 out of 2. Whereas Ndejje SS will have a lot to reflect about.
Ndejje yet to win a game in this tournament. And a look at the scorecard. Navisere Angel, note of 1. Weba Zapola, 1 of 4. Mirembe Angel, 2 of 10. Ariokot Esther, another guilty party of throwing away her wicket, 2 of 8. Namubiru Courtney didn't trouble the scorers. Naroga Daniela, 2 of 2. Appeal Blessing, the lone fighter, 11 of 17, also guilty of running herself out. Ayo Daniela, 1 of 2. Nasuna Alexander there, blocking as many as she could with 2 of 23. Naluwega Praise was run out of the first ball she faced. Miyagawa Michelle, 3 of 9, the not out batter. Impressive figures if you look at the bowling scorecard. Birabawa Mariam, 2 overs, going for 8 runs, picked up 2 wickets. But Navagoa Sheila, 7 runs in half 4 overs, picked up 2